Welcome to another episode of Evernote, Learning the Basics. In this week's episode, we're going to be learning all about preferences and how you can utilize them to make your day more productive. Coming up next.
So here we are within Evernote for Mac, and I want to be discussing a little bit about the preference panel in a little bit more detail than I did in other episodes. So up here at the top, where you see the Evernote, you can go down to Preferences, click on that, and here is all the preferences for the Evernote for Mac. Now, of course, with Evernote for Windows, it might be a little bit different, and maybe you have a little bit more functionality or not enough functionality or not as much functionality as Mac. I'm not really sure. I do have Evernote for Business at my work, but I'm not sure how that works as far as the preferences go. But in any case, inside here, Evernote for Mac, you'll see you have the General tab, the Sync tab, Clipper tab, Keyboard, Formatting, Context, Reminders, and Scanning. Now, under the General tab, we have where we can set up the default notebook as whatever we want. And if you watch any of my other episodes, you will know that typically whenever you go ahead and install Evernote, you start it off with a default notebook. This default notebook for this is the inbox. And you should create a default notebook for everything that you want to go into one centralized notebook that you can separate out later at maybe the end of the day or the beginning of your day into the correct folder or tagging system that you have, and then you create a what is called an inbox 0 and clear that out. So that's something that you can do with the default notebook. And then, of course, if you've seen in my other episodes, you know that I typically leave my setup like this. This is the setup that you should be going for, where you have the open note links from other applications in a new window, where you show note counts in the sidebar, and this is the sidebar down here. You also have open Evernote when I log into my computer as unchecked, because I do have the Evernote helper up here in my menu bar. Show descriptive links probably should be checked. I think it comes as default, and I'm not really sure if unchecking it would make a difference, to be honest with you. And then, of course, you have Evernote helper menu bar, where show Evernote helper in the menu bar, keep Evernote helper running, and start Evernote when you log into your computer. Next, we have the sync area, where you want to sync your shortcuts. Warn me if I quit while syncing. Now, of course, I think with the Evernote for PC version, this might be a little bit different. Might have maybe a couple more options, but this is the options that you have for Evernote for Mac. You have the Clipper, where you can clip articles out of web documents or what have you. And, of course, you should always, when you install Evernote, download the Evernote Web Clipper and install that into your browser. Also here, you have the keyboard shortcuts that you can utilize. You have formatting, and you can change your formatting however you want to do it. So just simply by hitting select, and then utilizing this fonts for whatever font you want it to be inside of your Evernote notes. Same with the note plain text, and of course you can always change your date setup inside of Evernote. You'll have a contextual menus here as well, manage context sources, and you have reminders and scanning. Now, typically, I keep all of this the same, except for I might uncheck open Evernote when I log into my computer. That might be a default, I'm not really sure. But this is general preference that I have set up for my Evernote. Now, this is a very short episode. I just wanted to kind of briefly go over the preference tab again. I went over it in another episode. I don't want to beat it to death, but just remember, if you need to change any kind of things just to make things a little bit easier for you, You can always change that here in the Preference tab. A lot of cool stuff you can change if that's what you desire to do. So if you like this video, please feel free to click on the like button below. And if you would like to see more of these types of videos in the future, please click on the subscribe button. And without further ado, I want to wish you an awesome day, and let's become more productive. Thank you.